Well, look, the main insight of the Special Olympics movement is that when you treat people with dignity, you get the best out of people on all sides. There's no Republicans and Democrats at the finish line serving water at Special Olympics events. There's no rich or poor. There's no CEOs versus frontline workers. If you're serving water at a Special Olympics track meet, you're serving water because you're blessed. You're blessed. And you know it, by the way. You know it. I never met a person who didn't. So the volunteers get treated with dignity. They treat the athletes with dignity. And, beautiful things happen. So, a few years ago, I was looking around the country. People were saying, oh, no, this country sucks and they suck and they're terrible and they're the problem and we ought to get rid of them. And I was like, wait a minute. Hold on. That's not the country I see. That's not. So, when I stepped down from the day-to-day job at Special Olympics, I love the movement, but I wanted to sort of, how could I teach or how can I get people to see what we see at those events in our public life? Like in the way in which, like, we led a campaign at Special Olympics to ask people to stop using the word retard to make fun of other people. And for the most part, it worked. Most people don't use that language anymore because it's humiliating. I mean, of course, you can use it if you want. I have no policing authority, but I can just say it's humiliating for people. Try a different word. But that message that we can change our language actually changed people's hearts. So the dignity index, here's what it comes down to. We're treating people with contempt. We don't have a difference of opinion problem in our country, just like we don't have a difference of opinion or a difference of skill problem at Special Olympics. What we overcome at Special Olympics is contempt, is dehumanization, because we meet and we listen and we try to understand the gift of the other at the special. So I said, well, let's do that in culture. And people say, well, you can't do that, and anyway, nobody would get rewarded if they did. So that's why we built a scoring tool. So we could actually tell you, we could score you. Not as a person, but when you speak, if I say, you're on the other side of this political issue, I'm better than you, you're wrong, you're a jerk, I can score that. That's a 3 on the scale of 1 to 8. That's getting down close to you're evil. And that's even just a hair's breadth above you don't deserve to have your humanity protected. I can also say we don't agree on an issue. I want to understand your point of view more deeply. And as I seek to understand it, I want you to know one thing. I'm going to treat you with dignity no matter what. I'm not going to necessarily agree with you. And I'm not necessarily going to support your point of view. But I will not violate your dignity.
Yeah.
So this dignity index is just a little tool that helps in one small thing, which is how you treat people when you disagree. Just that. That's the only thing we're trying to focus on. How do we treat each other when we disagree? And at that, it turns out, is quite a powerful question